Hello everyone, and welcome to my Iconic Goodbyes channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Young and the Restless Tuesday, March 11th update. Sharon's rescue works, Claire meets Holden, Summer distracts Kyle. The Young and the Restless update for Tuesday, March 11th reveals that Sharon Newman's rescue will be successful, while Claire Newman meets Holden Novak and Summer Newman distracts Kyle Abbott. Let's start with Summer's grand scheme, which will drive a gap between Kyle and Claire in Tuesday's YNR episode. Summer overheard Kyle arranging his romantic night, and it appeared like the wheels began to move right away. Summer doesn't want Claire and Kyle to get close, so she'll strive to keep them away. Summer may rig the situation such that Diane Jenkins Abbott and Jack Abbott cannot babysit Harrison Abbott, despite their vow. Summer might at least make it appear that way by misinterpretation, causing Kyle to depart Claire for the evening. Summer may, however, fabricate another problem to distract Kyle. Summer may be able to trick Kyle with her fabricated story, but Claire may be more difficult to fool. Claire is already growing tired of Summer's small tricks to entice Kyle to follow her. When Kyle fails to show up for dinner as planned, Claire may assume Summer is undermining things. In addition to ruining Claire and Kyle's date, Summer should be happy with the friction her activities produce. Claire will not have to be lonely for long, as Holden will introduce himself at the athletic club's bar. Holden and Claire will have some cocktails while getting to know one another, so we'll see if they pass the chemistry test. Phyllis Summers will be backed into a corner at the former psychiatric facility as a result of the poison she appears to have consumed in her water bottle. Sharon believes she has solved the next puzzle, so she encourages Phyllis to drink another water bottle with a sticker on the lid. All indications point to the second bottle being the antidote, but the ramifications might be disastrous if Sharon is mistaken. Phyllis may be concerned that Sharon has combined the wrong clues and that she will suffer a terrible fate if it is simply more poisoned water. It appears that the captor is forcing them to partake in a trust exercise. When Phyllis takes the risk and effectively puts her life in Sharon's hands by trusting her judgment, it will help them heal their ties a little. Sharon's rescue should be successful if she is correct about the water bottle, so Phyllis may unwillingly thank her once she feels better. Our predictions indicate that this could be a watershed moment for Phyllis and Sharon, so we'll keep you updated on any positive news that emerges. The Young and the Restless spoilers, 4 ways Phyllis changes after being kidnapped, character's new path. The Young and the Restless spoilers state that Phyllis Summers and Sharon Newman are coping with a lot as a result of the havoc caused by their abductors. Sharon and Phyllis are trapped, with no way out except to play the game their captor has demanded, and even if they win, they have no idea what will happen next. However, Sharon and Phyllis's terrible situation will not last much longer. Phyllis and Sharon will eventually be free, therefore it's time to consider what the future holds. This event has the potential to transform both women, but we'd want to focus on Phyllis for now. There are at least 4 possibilities for Phyllis to alter following the kidnapping, so let's look at the new pathways she might choose. 1. Phyllis and Sharon become friends. For starters, Phyllis and Sharon may develop a friendship as a result of the trauma they have experienced together. The game appears to be meant to assist Sharon and Phyllis reconcile, so they may take steps in that direction in the conclusion. Sharon and Phyllis are unlikely to be closest friends, although they may be able to make small chat without getting into heated disputes. Phyllis and Sharon will hopefully learn to respect one another more than they have in the past, and something good may come out of this situation. 2. Phyllis's vengeful side worsens. No matter who is behind the kidnapping, you can know Phyllis will seek vengeance. Phyllis had a spiteful side before her horror, but it's just going to get worse in the aftermath. Phyllis may make it her job to see that the person responsible is held accountable, even if the game was carried out by someone with peaceful intentions. Sharon and Phyllis have suffered anyway, thus Phyllis will want to see their kidnapper defeated. 3. Phyllis becomes serious about her love life. Of course, Phyllis may get serious about her love life after being reminded that life is short and you must pursue your dreams. Shortly before being kidnapped, Phyllis had a romantic dream about Billy Abbott that shocked her. That could have been a hint about the man Phyllis will focus on once she is free again. Phyllis may latch on to Billy and strengthen their bond once she is able to participate in the venture they have planned. 4. Phyllis creates a greater adversary out of Sally. Phyllis and Sally Spectra were formerly bitter rivals, but they've toned things down recently. Phyllis continually presses Sally's buttons and believes Billy deserves more, but Sally has done her best to avoid too much friction. That could change if Phyllis emerges from the captivity crisis and begins seeking Billy. Our YNR predictions indicate that Phyllis will try to get Billy back, which could renew her rivalry with Sally and result in some interesting scenes. According to the Young and the Restless spoilers, Phyllis may make changes to her life following her kidnapping ordeal, so keep an eye out for more information on her next chapter. Michelle Stafford decided to go real for the Young and the Restless storyline. Michelle Stafford chose to make changes to her existing YNR plot. Michelle Stafford, who plays Phyllis on The Young and the Restless, is constantly looking glamorous. Fans are used to seeing Phyllis in one-shoulder dresses and with perfect makeup. However, for her current narrative, the actress chose a different style. Natural-look Phyllis and her old adversary Sharon are in a precarious situation. An unknown abductor holds the two captive in a filthy room. Phyllis and Sharon have been wearing the same clothes in captivity for several weeks. The women already appear stressed, with their haggard expressions and untidy hair. It's a big cry from their elegant outfits, but their scruffy appearance heightens the drama of the kidnapping plot. Stafford even chose to boost the ante by not wearing makeup during filming. In an Instagram post, the actress explained her decision to go natural. Stafford captioned, current storyline, I chose to go real with this story. Stafford's decision to go makeup-free drew good feedback. I like it, General Hospital's Finola Hughes wrote. You are fantastic. Zuleika Silver, YNR co-star, stated. You're real. That's what I adore about you. I love the story, one fan remarked. I adore your frazzled appearance. It is realistic, another commenter said. You look incredible. Gorgeous with or without makeup, another user wrote. Phyllis and Sharon have been put through the ringer by their abductor. But the good news is that they won't be in the room for much longer. Stafford's article states that the kidnapping case will be resolved within the next 2 weeks. The characters will be delighted to be free and reunited with their families. They'll also appreciate the opportunity to change out of their old clothes and feel more presentable. The Young and the Restless teasers for next week include Nick and Billy teaming together, more kidnapping drama, and summer plans. The Young and the Restless spoilers for next week's episodes of the popular CBS serial show promise more of the same. The hostage situation involving Phyllis and Sharon remains a major focus of the episode. The good news for those who aren't interested in this tale is that spoilers indicate that the climax is approaching. Holden has also planned a twist for Nate and Audra. Meanwhile, Summer demonstrates her tenacity once more as she resolves to achieve what she wants, Kyle. Billy and Nick collaborate now that it is known that Sharon and Phyllis are missing. Billy persuades Nick that they should work together. Against his better judgment, Nick agrees to work with Billy to return the two women home. Chance is also still on the case. When the cop provides Summer a shoulder to cry on, will it be for her mother or her ex-husband? Before the conclusion of the week, Chance gives Nick and Billy a lead that brings them closer to discovering Phyllis and Sharon. It's good because time is running out for them. Sharon and Phyllis slug it out. Over with the abducted couple, things take unexpected twists as their abductor continues to play tricks. In fact, one communication from the mysterious speaker shakes Sharon and Phyllis to the core. So far, Phyllis and Sharon have been compelled to work together, but that will change next week. Phyllis will have to make an agonizing choice to rescue herself. All indications lean to Phyllis's decision to help or save Sharon, since the ladies have the upper hand. However, in typical soap opera fashion, their power is short-lived, and they fall into a terrible trap. Sharon and Phyllis end the week physically battling for their lives, so Nick, Billy, and Chance need to rush up and locate them before it's too late. Other YNR tidbits: in Genoa City, Audra covers her tracks with Nate about her past with Holden. However, when Holden decides to stay in town, Nate detects something wrong with his girlfriend. Speaking of Holden, he had a highly flirtatious interaction with Claire. Could Summer use this to drive a wedge between Claire and Kyle? It is not all misery and gloom in Genoa City. Tracy and Alan deliver some excellent news to Jack and Diane. Wyatt helped Sally get hired at Forrester and later attempted to assist her further her career by relaunching Spectra Fashions under the Spencer banner. Sally declined, and things became much worse when Wyatt's ex, Florence Fulton, returned to town and he was pulled right back to the blonde, leaving Sally single again. Wyatt dumped Flo and ran back to Sally once she was revealed for her role in the terrible baby transfer. She took him back, and despite her desire to take things slowly, she accepted his proposal. Things were going well until Sally unintentionally called Wyatt Liam's name, which caused him to question her emotions for him. And the redhead was doing well at Forrester until her designs for the fashion showdown disappointed Ridge and Steffi, and her dread of being fired triggered a full-fledged panic attack. After Wyatt ditched her to return to Flo, Sally confronted the blonde, which caused her to become lightheaded and shake violently. Concerned, she went to the hospital for examinations, where she met Katie Logan. Sally shared her anxieties with Katie, who was present when she heard the sad prognosis. Sally broke down when she learned she didn't have long to live, but Katie encouraged her to fight for her life and seek a second opinion. Despite Sally's request that Katie not tell anybody, she promptly informed Bill and Wyatt, and then Ridge and Steffi, so that they would not fire the dying woman. Sally was also relieved when Wyatt returned to her, claiming troubles with Flo, unaware that Flo had urged him to make Sally's final days as happy as possible. Dr. Escobar tried to call Sally to tell her she was managing her position incorrectly, but the redhead disregarded her. When Sally eventually confided to Wyatt that she was dying, she discovered that Katie had already informed him. However, when Dr. Escobar made a house call to speak with her patient, it was revealed that the entire situation was an elaborate ruse devised by Sally to reclaim Wyatt. The doctor has tried to encourage Sally to come clean, but the redhead will not stop until she gets Wyatt away from Flo. Sally continued to try to sink her claws into Wyatt, but when Flo found the truth, the redhead became terrified. After Dr. Escobar knocked Flo out to keep her from telling Wyatt the truth, Sally attempted to tie her up in her apartment so she could seduce Wyatt and become pregnant with his kid, permanently tying them together. However, following a scuffle, Sally slipped and was knocked unconscious just long enough for Flo to write "help me" on her underwear, so when Sally attempted to strip down for Wyatt, the game was up. As her plan crumbled around her, Sally attempted to explain her intentions to Wyatt and beg forgiveness, but then fell. Sally was rushed to the hospital and diagnosed with acute stress. She then tried to get Wyatt to forgive her. He agreed not to file criminal charges, but advised her to leave. Sally moved to Genoa City in November 2020, hoping to win a huge job at Jabot, but she ended up working as Lauren Fenmore's secretary instead. She met her new partner in crime, Theo Vanderway, and they tried to help each other move ahead with the Abbott family. Sally clashed with Kyle Abbott and, especially, Summer Newman, but she eventually became close to Jack Abbott. Summer and Kyle traveled to LA to dig up dirt on Sally's history, but she was equipped with Theo's information about Kyle's liaison with a married woman in New York City, so the rivals were deadlocked. Summer's mother, Phyllis Summers, also harbored a grudge against Sally and cautioned Jack to avoid her. Fearing that someone else would divulge her scandalous background, Sally ultimately came clean to Jack, who naturally put an end to their growing romance. Determined to get Summer out of town, Sally approached Ashland Locke and offered him information in exchange for his assistance in getting Summer a job at an Italian fashion firm. Unfortunately, the individual who would make the choice on that position turned out to be Eric Forrester. Lauren fired Sally after she was revealed for driving Summer out of town, and Jack refused to work with her. Chloe Mitchell befriended her and gave her a position at Newman Media's fashion portal. She also warned Sally about Adam Newman, but the redhead ignored her advice and sought a romantic relationship with him. Sally's plan to covertly create Victoria Newman's wedding gown worked out in her favor, but Lauren was outraged that they had switched outfits on her. Sally not only disagreed with Phyllis, but she also frequently argued with Chelsea. Adam hired Sally to work as Newman Media's COO when Chelsea and Chloe left to launch their own fashion firm. After attempting to keep their relationship strictly professional, Sally and Adam finally succumbed to pleasure and had sex. They also supported one another while Victoria and Ashland's separation threw Newman Locke into disarray. When Victor appointed Adam CEO of Newman, Sally was elevated to CEO of Newman Media. However, when Victoria returned to take over the family business, Adam was shocked, and Sally was concerned about her career as well. She persuaded Victoria to let her prove herself, and she went forward with her intention to appoint Chloe as her COO. She was distraught, however, when Adam dumped her to avoid dragging her down with him. Sally gained Nick Newman's trust by refusing to print the true story of Ashland's death, and after he prevented Victoria from firing the redhead, Nick and Sally had sex in the workplace. The couple became attracted to each other and chose not to define their relationship but instead enjoy fun together. Victoria eventually persuaded Nick to fire Sally, and she turned down Nick's offer of money to start her own fashion firm, choosing to go it alone. She decided to start a design firm and hired Chloe to help her. Adam tried to get Sally back, but she opted to stay with Nick, so they ended up sleeping together as a sort of farewell. So when Sally learned she was pregnant, she had no idea who the baby daddy was. Nick was dismayed when the DNA test revealed Adam to be the child's father, but he supported Sally throughout her tough pregnancy, including intervening when Victor attempted to undermine Sally's potential company with Chancellor Winters. Sally became concerned when she discovered she had preeclampsia, and she eventually miscarried the baby, leaving both her and Adam distraught. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.